LA just is a very, very dynamic city, and it's a big one.
Venice is where all the people from Los Angeles go to the beach.
It's all here. You can go surfing, you can go skating right on the beach right there. We got art everywhere. Beautiful artists all set up.
Like, how many skate parks do you go to that are right on the beach? You get to see a beautiful sunset every day. Like, probably the best possible place I can think of putting a skate park.
It has that, you can do anything you want. Feel.
There's so many different scenes, so many different cultures. You've got like the art, the surfing, the skating. I mean, the skating's huge. And then you got like the boardwalk, which is, I don't even know what that scene is, like the weed stores and dispensaries and all that.
Drummers, kinds of people doing all different kinds of stuff. And one time this guy was like walking his bunny rabbit on a leash and he had like a parrot on his shoulder. Like just like interesting people like that.
Folks, y'all come on up. Next show's about to begin. It's only $5.
It's like a circus.
Definitely a lot of crazy places and a lot of crazy people come out here. It's just what makes Venice Beach what it is.
I love it. I love it here.
I don't think there's anywhere else in the world like this place.
You don't travel to Florida for waves, and you don't go to Venice for waves either.
Some years gets good, and some years it just don't break at all.
Some people ask me, like, how'd you get so good? You're from Venice. The waves suck there.
Some of the best surfers in the world come from the places where the waves are the worst, because they have to make it work.
Had a lot of good guys come out here.
I think for Venice or LA or probably even like a Malibu way, Rick's probably the best surfer that's ever come out of here. Good old school rail surfer. Just top to bottom, gets busy, knows how to rip the shit out of a 1 foot wave for a big guy, which is pretty impressive. I think it's obviously growing up here.
You know, my rival was Ricki growing up, and so me and him, you know, went head to head, and he was just an animal competitively, just technically. He was always a little ahead of the game. He was blowing up, and he got 10s at the US Open in the short break, and like, he's just, you know, one of those guys that always had a lot of talent.
Rick was born and raised out in Venice. His mom's still there. They've got generations living in that house. That's something that you don't really see around that neighborhood anymore.
Everybody knew each other, everybody lived down the street from each other. Like, from here to the beach, I'd probably run into 20 of my friends, go by their house and talk to everyone. Nowadays, like, don't know them, don't talk to them. Don't know them, don't talk to them. Don't know them, don't talk to them.
If you grew up here, you probably can't afford to buy a house here now. It's ridiculous. There's not a house under 1.2 million.
It's kind of sad, but it is happening. There's probably like 3 or 4 people that still live in this neighborhood that like been here since my mom and dad bought this house.
He's not a trust fund baby, so it's like it's not easy making ends meet in the neighborhood as much as it's glorified and people think, oh, this guy's got it made just because you see him in the magazines or you see footage of him. The real story behind everybody is totally different.
It was a hard deal to grow up in Venice, and you got to be hardcore to live in that area. Like, it's pretty gangster.
He was growing up in the middle of a turf war between Venice Shoreline Crips and Bloods. Well, I was from Santa Monica, so going down to Venice was a no-no. You weren't even allowed to cross the border, and if you did, guys were throwing rocks at you, you'd get beat down. Like, it was gnarly, broken fins, you would get thrashed before you even got to the water.
I definitely learned as a youngster, you didn't talk back to the elders and you showed respect.
Oh, I've seen everything. Like, when I was a kid, I saw a guy get shot right here across the street. And, seeing people get shot and see them bleed, that didn't look fun. Like my brothers and sisters, they grew up with all the gangs and did that. I mean, I surfed. I didn't follow that path. I went surfing, they went gangbanging.
Welcome to Pipeline.
There wasn't a lot of Hispanic surfing back in that day.
It wasn't so culturally mixed. I mean, the people who got coverage were usually white dudes.
Yeah, I did the whole amateur career. I did the pro scene for a while, the QS. Did that, but it was kind of hard on me. A lot of the guys had the top sponsors and people were getting paid, which I didn't get paid. So all my winnings were going back into my contests and my travel fund and all that. It hurt because I was watching guys that weren't even half as good as me and they were getting paid top dollars. Like, I was watching these guys make 10 grand a month and I'm sitting there having to pay for my own contest. But then again, it's just like people didn't want to deal with a Mexican from LA being stereotyped. I kind of was about it.
It just wasn't that popular back then. I think if Rick grew up now, he'd probably go all the way. He'd be on tour.
You know, the fact that he didn't get to get put on the big scale and get the sponsorship that he needed to kind of blow his name up and get his career really going is pretty sad. But I think he's happy. I think he knows he's had a good life and he's everyone's favorite around here.
So I mean, I'm stoked because, you know, I'm still out there surfing. I work on surfboards. I deal with everybody in the water.
He's got, you know, ding repair and airbrushing and everything going on. He's basically packed to the rim with business, which is amazing to see. And he's still surfing.
Just was just watching him earlier, and he still got it.
And I don't see anyone surfing better than him right now. There's one new kid that I've seen actually that absolutely rips. This little white-haired, freaky little Grom. He tears too.
I've always loved the water. When I was like 2 or 3, so I decided to try boogie boarding, and then I got better at boogie boarding and I was able to stand up on my boogie board. So my dad bought me a surfboard, and that's kind of just how I got into it.
He's real strong for his age. He's one of the best 12-year-old kids in the world.
Last year, I won the U.S. championships at lower trestles. The division was under 12. Then I got runner-up in under 14.
He represents like what Groms used to be. The old boys give him a bit of shit, and he just laughs it off, and he's just stoked to be hanging out and surfing all day.
I'm just doing lots of contests and trying to get more experience. I'm gonna mainly just focus on just become a better surfer. I mean, if I were to represent like a new generation or something, that'd be kind of cool.
Right underground, there's some spots right here that are buried in sand that like started skateboarding.
There's so much that's gone down here through the ages, from the Z-Boys to the days of the pavilion.
You know, there was ledges here, there was these little roof gaps.
Every day things were being laid down. Every day new tricks were being made because it was unwritten at that point.